Very good afternoon, doctors. Very good evening to all of us. I'm extremely sorry. Maybe little anxious. I'm talking to all of you first time, but very good evening to all of us. My name is Sandeep Temkar. I'm a country manager for Abbott for Nepal and Bhutan. I have recently joined in this new role. So briefly about me, and then I will come to meet and see all of you in the respective clinics. But I'm Sandeep Temkar. I have basically done BSc in chemistry and then MBA in marketing from Bombay University. I have total 20 years of work experience, and from last 10 years I am working with Abbott. Basically, I am from Mumbai, India, and done the various roles in Abbott in the primary care business, in the women's health business, in the vaccine business, and now got promoted as a country head for Nepal and Bhutan. So before we start maybe today's session, briefly about Abbott. It's an opportunity for me to just briefly talk about Abbott. Abbott as a company, as you know, it's a global organization. Our headquarters globally are in Chicago, USA. We are present in more than 160 countries. We are present from globally we are present from last 135 years. Globally, 1,15,000 employees work for the Abbott. It's a huge diversified company with a $40 billion USD as a turnover for us, and we are present in the various sections. We are into the pharmaceuticals, we are into the devices, we are into the diagnostics, and as well as we are also the part of the in the nutrition business. Coming back to India and Nepal, again in India we are there from last 110 years, and again present with the multiple divisions and the multiple products. And similarly in Nepal, I believe we are here again from last 20 plus years, and our endeavor will be to launch some of the global brands and some good brands to serve here in the patient population in Nepal. And we as an organization are always looking forward to get the opportunity to have this sort of medical marketing initiatives where we keep updating about all our HCPs, about the latest updates in the world of medical sciences. So on this note, I believe we have the today's session, and on the healthy pregnancy in India, we have a complete campaign called Healthy Pregnancy as a workshop, as a campaign, and under the healthy pregnancy, we call this today's topic. As we all know, we have talking about mainly we'll be talking about the management of the miscarriages, and here I call we have Dr. Manish Pandya, and our association goes very long, and he is like very senior to me, fatherly figure, but our relationship is like a friend, and so that's Dr. Manish for us. But I just quickly tell you few highlights about Dr. Manish, and then I will not take much time, and then I invite you for the today's session. And I'm very sure you will find today's session to be very interactive and very different than maybe the earlier sessions you have attended. I have done the many programs with him in India as well as the abroad, in various global conferences as well. So I'm sure together we will have very good interactive sessions and very good learning sessions today. So briefly about Dr. Manish, he is the professor and head of Department for Scientific Research Institute, Surendranagar in the Gujarat in India. He has various awards and achievements. To name a few, he's been named as a Dynamic Indian of the Millennium by KG Foundation. He got Gynac Excellence Award by the Foxy in 2020. He got recognition as a commendable editor-in-chief by ISRF in 2021. there are almost 50 residents passed under him, and currently 4 people are doing the residencies. Coming to publications, sir has already wrote 8 books which have been published by the JP publication. He has written the 3 chapters in the postgraduate series by the BI publication. He has wrote the 1 chapter on DUV by the Elsevier publication, and there are 1 chapter in the ART and in the advanced ART textbook. Totally, sir has published almost 56 papers in the various journals in Indian domestic as well as the various international journals. And lastly, he has done 500 plus or nearly 600 presentations as a faculty in various conferences. So this is briefly about Dr. Manish Pandya for all of us, and you will know more about him while interacting with him during his today's presentation. So I welcome Dr. Manish for the today's session. Sir, welcome to you for this session.
Thank you, Sandeep. I will say Tamilai Kastur session. And Tapai who Tapai Sanjay Uluncha. अभी भूखा फिर भी बोल रहा है. Tapai Sanjay Uluncha. Uluncha is very good song in sung by San. Uluncha, something like that. So the moment child is born, mother is born. She is there, mother is something new. Am I right? If somebody asks what is the age of your child, it is the same age of your mother. Same parent. And thank you very much, Sandeep and all our team, for giving me opportunity to come to Nepal. And today I visited Pashupatinath and the devotee of Shiva, so it is very good. With the blessings of Shiva and all mothers to whom we had made, and mothers of mine, three who written by me, is recommended in Royal College as a reading material. At last, Hospital Echocardiography has gone for 2nd edition. Like IVF made easy, it is also going for 2nd edition. I am editor-in-chief of 2 journals, and till date 88 publications are there on working. And today is my 736th presentation. Sandeep Ashford CV was a little bit beforehand. So, anybody wants to publish their paper, they can contact me. This is Open Access Journal in USA. Recently, in last ASHRAE Copenhagen, I got opportunity to interview with Professor Herman Brune, and I am giving 2 requests to the audience. One, you become the member of ORCID, then you know how much your valuation will be there, and those who are in professorship or in medical college, they know what is ORCID. Sir has got so many publications in ORCID. Like that, you also become member of DocBricks, just like Netflix. DocBricks, and it is by one company, Mankind, and they are giving all different initiatives in Good Talk. You can find my talk of ASHRAE in DocBricks. Today, we are going to discuss something. I am not here to teach you anything because you all are learned people. You all are gynecologists. You are serving in Nepal. You are the cream of Nepal. Sandeep had already told me you are the cream person or cream gynecologist. Those who are practicing IVF, they are coming here. So thank you very much. Again, from bottom of my heart that you had called me to the Kathmandu so I can visit the Pashupatinath, Swayambhu, and one sleeping Vishnu. So all things to that. Bhutan. So today we are going to discuss something, one case report, the rational use of oral dydrogesterone, immunomodulatory role of dydrogesterone, clinical benefits of oral dydrogesterone, and what is the difference between generic and innovative dydrogesterone. This is case scenario everywhere. Madam, you can also find this type of patient. Patient is 35-year-old, BMI is okay, 28 days normal cycle, 10 years of active married life, no living children, and she has got 3 abortions. This is a situation imaginary, but today I see one patient with the same history in Nepal. So 2 years ago she has got 8-week abortion, then 14-week abortion, and 10-week missed abortion. But at present she is 5. This is coming to you everywhere, am I right? This type of situation, recurrent pregnancy loss. What you will do? Whenever she comes to you, you just ask the history. Madam, you are taking the history. Every day everybody is taking the history, no? Can anybody give me the definition of history? Just like definition of normal level. In school or in colleges, everybody has gone for it. We are all gynecologists, huh? So everybody knows what is the definition of normal level. It is a series of events that occurs in human genital tract to expel out the viable product of conception from uterus through cervix into the vagina, into the exhale, incredible है. ये किसी भी बच्चे को पूछो नॉर्मल लेबर का डेफिनेशन आता है, क्योंकि this is the first thing we learn, and this is the first thing how we born in world. Nobody says, nobody in this world can say that they have not came to our branch, and we have to be proud of our branch because our branch is the first super specialty. If you see in Royal College, medicine and surgery are together. Gynecology is different. That is known as midwifery. And all basic investigation or all basic instruments are coming from gynecology. Am I right, madam? In nasal also there is a third nasal speculum. Speculum is a name. Okay. so we have got lots of innovative things like laparoscopy. Everybody is doing everything by laparoscopy. Laparoscopy was invented in gynecology. So many things are invented by us because we are the invention of God. Gynecology is the branch in which GOD. Anybody knows meaning of GOD? Generator, observer, and destroyer. That's why always God is in capital. Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. GOD. कितने लोगों को मालूम था? GOD. Generator, observer, and destroyer. Okay, thank you. So this patient is coming to us. We are taking history. Patient has got mild abdominal pain, no vaginal bleeding, body temperature is normal, BP is little bit high, heart rate is also normal. If you look at the history of family, she has got, brother has got deep vein thrombosis, and sister has got 2 preterm child with pre-eclampsia. So this should light some battery on us, because this is a patient of recurrent pregnancy loss. What we will do? The name of investigation we know. They are carrying out our operation. Okay. So we have to also feed our pathologists friends. So we are giving battery of investigations. API, APLA, lupus, everybody is doing. Polycystic ovary, hypothyroidism. She has got little bit hypo. If you see, she has got little bit GDM. She is negative for infection, karyotyping, everything is negative. Before pre-implantation, we had also gone for male factor because she has got previous 3 abortions. Male what we can do a DNA fragmentation test and semen analysis. And we should say that remain away from vices and remain near to wife. Okay. The radiology, everything is normal. HSG is also normal for this patient. So this woman, it totally depends on you all gynecologists, because it is safe motherhood and where life matters. So what are the treatment options available for us? We can go for chromosomal analysis, we can go for PGD. PGD is very good thing nowadays, it is a boon in IVF. We can select all good embryos, we can go for all screening, we can have a very good embryo, and nowadays we have found one company in which they are putting embryos for storage. All young college going students or those who are not planning for baby now, they are putting their embryos, all embryos are done PGD and they are freezing that embryo, and whenever they want, the child age will be the same age. If she is at 28, she don't want pregnancy up to 35, she can freeze their embryo in our center, and whenever she wants, at the age of 35, we are making endometrium, we are putting embryo inside. So baby doesn't become old, and your eggs are very good. Anatomical, we can have a surgical treatment, nothing like that surgical treatment in anatomical factor. Simple septal resection is very good, because septum is causing so many times recurrent pregnancy loss. Simple cutting of septum by either by scissor, by monopolar, or now we have got bipolar scissor also. Nowadays is coming for septal resection. Thrombophilia, we can have unfractionated hemoglobin pairing, and we can have LMWH. Every company is now marketing LMWH, and it is the only treatment for APLA. We have to give it up to 34 to 36 weeks, daily injection. But believe me, now we have got pen also, so patient can take daily by themselves. It is very superficial, subcutaneous injection you have to take. Whenever we find any infection, we can give doxycycline for 15 days to 1 month. Any endocrinological cause, either thyroid, hypothyroid, hyperprolactinemia, we have to give them appropriate treatment. Male, again I can say only light modification, antioxidants, and avoid smoking and alcohol. Unexplained, when there is no explanation, only explanation we can give is progesterone. Progesterone, the name itself suggests, progesterone, it is for the gestation. We have to thank our mother that our mother has generated enough amount of endogenous estrogen to born us. Because without estrogen, we can survive, but without progesterone, we cannot survive in. And all IVF specialists are member of 4 ACAs: estrogen, progesterone, FSH and LH. This 4 Hukam ka Eka is with you. You have to play when there is Kali Eka or when there is Charkat Eka. So this is, if you learn the physiology of these 4 hormones, you are mastering IVF. Okay? In general, we can say that you have to reduce your weight. We can say we can vitamin D. Very good question answer there in the afternoon session. What will be there for vitamin D? Vitamin D is very essential for IVF practice. Very essential for infertility. And because we are staying in this type of very cool room, we all know that vitamin D is synthesized only by the sun, from the skin only. We can't get any vitamin D from any other vegetarian source except non-vegetarian source. They can get vitamin D. So for vegetarian, we have to think only of oral vitamin D3, and now it is very easily available. So this patient has got hypothyroidism, so we have given them levothyroxine. Methyl-lopa is available in Nepal. Not, it is available. In India, it is very, you will be scared because of PPCO. But you can use labetalol. My first paper was labetalol come in 2012. At that time, I had compared labetalol, difidipine, and methyl-lopa. And at that time, we had said that this is selective alpha and beta, so it is very good in blood pressure control. And maximum dose you can give is 1000 mg. That is the beauty of drug. And now we have got injectable labetalol also, and it is very good for eclampsia patients. We can give them. Progesterone supplementation, you can see on Manish 4269 channel, lots of presentation, live videos of most of presentation, and one notion is that everybody is playing 2020. Recently Nepal had played in Asia. So all Nepal should be proud. So Nepal had won in Asia Cup, and that is a 2020 match. So 20 milligram till 20 becomes gestation. 20 till 20. If there is recurrent pregnancy loss, you have to use dydrogesterone for 20 milligram 20 days, folic acid. Recently, we had given name to this folic acid as an engagement pill, madam. If she is engaged, naturally she is going to conceive. Deficiency of folic acid causing neuralgic defect. How we can avoid that neuralgic defect? By supplementing folic acid daily till she get married. So name of 5 milligram folic acid is now changed to engagement pill. So whenever you are going in any engagement, just give them the 5 milligram folic acid, and naturally she will come when she become pregnant. Sir, ne mere ko boli thi. And this is the only way to prevent neuralgic defect. People had in Amsterdam, they had started 45 wheat with folic acid, with folic acid and iron, to decrease anemia and decrease neuralgic defect. Because he has got little bit of GDM, we are giving metformin. So progesterone has got very crucial role. I already told that progesterone is the progesterone hormone. Everybody says that the patient who have got less than 35 nanogram of progesterone is 23 times more likely to experience miscarriage. Progesterone is associated with corpus luteum till it becomes pregnancy. Whenever, everywhere. If you are practicing IVF, so you are doing IVF by womb pickup. If you was not doing, but you know, you are picking the womb. But somebody is picking the womb for your patient. When they are picking the womb, what will happen? It is not only the womb, it is the granular cell also get picked up. And granular cell is the mother of corpus luteum, and corpus luteum is sister of progesterone. So that's why in all IVF patients we have to use luteal phase support. Why? Because deficient corpus luteum gives deficient progesterone, and deficient progesterone will lead to insufficient progesterone, and insufficient progesterone will not allow that pregnancy to implant in utero. That's why in every IVF we have to support all pregnancy with progesterone. And we all know that placenta is born, full born at 10 to 12 weeks. If we know the nature of implantation, womb is lying in the garden of Hampula, madam. Womb is lying in the garden of Hampula, and whenever womb comes, it will come and rest there. And how many of you have seen 3 Idiots? Life is not a race. So one handsome sperm will go inside, fertilize that womb, and believe me, this womb is unigamous. You don't allow second sperm to get inside. It just like shell will be very tight. Then when womb goes 2 cell, 4 cell, 8 cell, and we are implanting ourselves by dropping down method. And if you see, every uterus has got maximum implantation potential. is suppose the uterus. These are the tubes. And if you make one line from these two tubes, this will be your maximum implantation potential point for normal size uterus. Suppose the uterus is arcuate or suppose uterus is unicornuate, then there will be only one tube and that tube implantation goes over here. If suppose his uterus is bicornuate, then your maximum implantation potential point will be here. So if you know where is your maximum implantation potential point, it may be 1 to 1.5 cm, sometimes 2 cm below the fundus. Depends upon the shape of uterus. So we are implanting ourselves into the uterus by eroding the endometrium. माँ बोलती है ना, मेरा खून पी गया, कभी कभी मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ, तो बच्चा पेट से पीता है. What we are doing in uterus, we are just eroding our mother endometrium. We are sucking the blood and we are putting inside the endometrium. That activity is done by syncytotrophoblast and cytotrophoblast. They have phagocytic activity. They will erode the endometrium, and this syncytotrophoblast and cytotrophoblast reach right up to uterine artery. That is the latest theory of PIH, pregnancy-induced hypertension. Improper phagocytosis of the uterine artery and myometrium. So many times you have cut the uterine artery during cesarean section. You have seen the lumen. In that uterine artery, you will see only intima and serosa. No muscular fluid. That's why notch. Whenever notch is persists after 26, we can say that this patient can go for pregnancy-induced hypertension. Whenever anything has to press, it should be pressed. So if uterine artery has got notch, means no proper phagocytosis of the muscular cord. That's why the lumen will be short. That's why blood supply will be less. So in this type of situation, you can use arginic acid. You can use low dose aspirin. So whenever patient has got history of previous PIH and baby is IUCR, what simple treatment you can give to your patients? That is aspirin. Aspirin is available at 75 in your country, but ideal dose is 150. And best time to give aspirin is, madam, at which time you give aspirin to your patient? Morning, afternoon, evening. Aspirin should always be given in night because of circadian rhythm. It will get maximum effect because cortisol level will be high during night. So if you want to get maximum effect of aspirin, always give 150 milligram of aspirin at night. In previous history of PIH, this time history of PIH, but don't give aspirin after 16 or 18 weeks. It won't be helpful. If you start aspirin early in pregnancy, then it will give you very good vascular supply. Second thing, you can give arginic acid. Why arginic acid? Because when arginic acid is converted into citrulline, there will be formation of nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is the nascent nitric oxide is potent vasodilator. In all renal failure patients, they are using nitric oxide. So if nitric oxide is dilating the renal vessel, why not the uterine vessel? On that ground, you got lots of theory paper are coming as arginic acid. You can also use dydrogesterone in same all patients. In all PH patients, you can use dydrogesterone 10 mg BD till 34 to 36 of pregnancy. We had done study and we had found that there will be little increase in the weight, there will be little increase in the liquor, and baby will reach up to 34 to 36. Simonicci has done very good study in this type of patient. When they had given dydrogesterone up to 34 weeks of gestation, they had taken placenta and they had taken the blood of umbilical cord and they see that what is B positive cell or B receptor cell in the umbilical cord. Those patients who had taken dydrogesterone 20 mg till 34 weeks, they got more positive cells. So they had proven that dydrogesterone can work also in PIH also. These are the different Cochrane review. They say that progesterone is very good. PROMISE trial doesn't give good much promise, but they told that all patients, those who are in progesterone group, had 65.8% of live babies. Meta-analysis 2020 says that 75% significant increase in progesterone. PRISM trial also said that incidence of live birth after 34 weeks of gestation is 75% compared to placenta. So progesterone deficiency is one of the vital modifiers of this factor because we cannot change the uterus, we cannot change the sperm and ovum. If you see pregnancy is just farm and cultivation, what we can choose is good fertilizer and good fertilizer in form of progesterone. So all recurrent pregnancy loss, what we can change is progesterone supplementation should be moved to such type of women. Then question arises, which type of progesterone? Madam, you are using OC pills since this generation. So many years, madam, you are using OC pills. What is the change in OC pill from first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation? There is no change in estrogen, ethinyl estradiol. All the changes are there in progesterone. Question arises why? Because progesterone has got hello. Progesterone has got maximum side effect. Hello. Progesterone has got maximum side effect. To reduce the side effect, there is different variety of progesterone available in market. The paper which is given to you, it is a study of progesterone from 1980 to 2017. One paper they have given, every paper is given to you. They have studied all different variety of progesterone available in market, and we see that which progesterone is good for pregnancy. You all know that intramuscular progesterone is there, micronized vaginal progesterone is there, micronized vaginal pacing is there, oral micronized progesterone is there, and oral diabetes is there. Is anybody know that how micronized progesterone and dydrogesterone made? Everybody says, what you say? Natural micronized progesterone. Okay. And somebody says dydrogesterone is synthetic. Am I right? If you see on the pedigree of micronized and dydrogesterone, both are the bacha of same mother. And you have to be proud that Discoria villosa plant is available in Nepal and China only. In Nepal, Discoria villosa is plant available, and this progesterone is plant origin. Just like Cinchona, quinine is plant origin. Like dydrogesterone and micronized, both are the bacha of Discoria villosa. That is plant. From that plant, if you are going in the formation of micronization, small microns, 200, 300, 500 microns or 10 microns, that becomes the micronized progesterone. When you bend the structure of this Discoria villosa, either by proton bombarding, chemical bombarding, or by UV light, the progesterone becomes retroprogesterone. But retroprogesterone structure is just more like to the natural progesterone or in vivo progesterone. So if you say micronized is natural, then dydrogesterone is also natural, because both are made 1 gram to 1 lakh. And this is not me saying, you search into the literature, both are originated from the same, but you can find more than 600 articles on dydrogesterone. You cannot find any article on oral micronized progesterone. There are lots of articles on vaginal micronized progesterone, because this is very good available, very good palatable, and people can insert vagina. Just a 1 minute, I will think inside, otherwise it will disturb again and again. Okay, sorry. So both are natural or both are synthetic. Okay? Any question regarding this? Anytime, meanwhile, you can ask any question. Okay? And this is not just any exam. So if we see sustained release micronized progesterone, oral, they are only used for secondary amenorrhea. They have got lots of metabolic adverse effect. They can cause dizziness, and they may not affect the normal progesterone action. Drawback of vaginal progesterone, I don't think, after when I asked them, people are very comfortable putting anything inside the vagina in Nepal, or they want to take oral tablets. Oral, na? So just like India, it is a private part and should remain private. Okay, so if you are putting vaginal tablet, then significant vaginal irritation, methods are uncomfortable, difficult to handle, possibly casting each infection. And sometimes after the vaginal tablet is not absorbed properly, there is vaginal irritation and discharge. And sometimes patients come with discharge and they say there is bleeding. We can't say it is a threatened or it is a vaginal discharge. So drawback of intramuscular, those who are doing IVF practice, only disadvantage nowadays is injectable progesterone. You can see that all IVF patients in second week, they are moving like this. And if you want to make them sit, they will sit like this slowly. And husband is holding the hand. Those who are making true IVF practice, they know this scenario. And they say, madam, सब कुछ अच्छा, ये कब बंद होगा? फिर हम हस्बैंड को एक काम सौंपते हैं कि आहिस्ते थे, अब तेरे पास एक ही काम रह गया है, डू टेंडर लविंग केयर, बटन के ऊपर रोज घुमाता है, Okay, this is the only painful situation. It causes eosinophilic pneumonia, slow clearance, very difficult to administer, sterile access will be there, bleeding in time. So that's why we have to use oral dydrogesterone. And believe me, since 2009 I had stopped injectable progesterone and I am using only dydrogesterone and I am very happy. Why? Because dydrogesterone is selective for progesterone receptor 1.5 times more than ethylmicronized progesterone. Oral bioavailability of dydrogesterone is 5 to 6 times better than micronized progesterone. Oral micronized progesterone is not indicated for threatened miscarriage. If there is a threat of miscarriage, you have to give 40 mg of dydrogesterone straight and 20 mg still bleeding stops. Believe me, 43% of patients in my study and 47% of patients in Harvard Carr study. So you almost converting 50% or 43 to 47% going from threat to the missed abortion. If it's the sequence, there is a threat, then there is inevitable, then there is missed. So better to convert the threat into real happiness. Use dydrogesterone 40 mg straight, 20 mg till bleeding stops, and you can have a very good pregnancy continuation. Dydrogesterone exhibits quick action of onset of action and it reaches within 30 minutes to the site of action. If we are giving 40 mg, it will directly go into the circulation and it will end. And this is proven by laboratory study. And this paper was published by me in 2016 and they had given you supplementation of this paper. This is the paper published in Open Access Journal in USA. This is progesterone supplementation during labor and I told that we have done 31 different studies from 1980 to 2015 and we had proven that if you use dydrogesterone in intra-IUI or in IVF, it is non-inferior to micronized progesterone. Because micronized progesterone was there in market since years together. Whenever you want to compare anything, you don't say that it is superior. We can say it is non-inferior. And everybody knows about the Lotus 1 and Lotus 2 trial. This is the Lotus 1 is the first trial, madam, in the world. More than 1,640 patients. And it is first time double blind, double dummy trial. So patients are taking oral tablet as a placebo and patients are putting vaginal tablet as a placebo. And results are came out. And this paper was published in 2018. And then scenario has changed. Scenario has changed like anything. And today is my 23rd year of speaking on dydrogesterone. My first talk was dydrogesterone in 2000. So since 23 years I am speaking on dydrogesterone, so you can ask me anything regarding the dydrogesterone. And after publishing of this paper, 500 copies will be asked by USA company. So what are the benefits? It will not suppress the gonadal axis. Reduces inconvenience to the patient compared to IM. High bioavailability. 20 times lower dose. If you want to use micronized, use it because there is 2015 FOXI guideline they had provided to you. It is also there and in which we had said that if you want to use micronized progesterone, use this fully. आपको मैडम एक रोटी देंगे तो कैसे चलेगा? Your requirement is at least 2 to 3 rotis. 2 rotis. So you are 200. Somebody is taking 4 roti, young people. So that is 400. So in IVF you want to use micronized progesterone, use 400 mg BD vagina. Here tablets available 100 to 200. Meaning how much she has to put inside vagina. And madam had already said you are not like to put anything in vagina. So better to take less available, 10 mg, 20 mg compared to 800 mg with same efficacy. Minimize side effect and highly selective progesterone. This paper is again published by me. So oral dydrogesterone, let's see all the studies. Previously we have got notion that every study will coming from abroad. In my presentation I had taken all the studies which is coming from India. This study was published by Das and their aim was to evaluate the modulation of vaginal oral efficacy of progesterone. They had taken 100 women in first trimester, 50 is taking dydrogesterone and 50 is taking 600 mg of vaginal progesterone. They had found that significant variation of cessation per vaginal bleeding with lower time with oral dydrogesterone. Oral dydrogesterone is better, preventing vaginal bleeding and providing viability for the pregnancy till second trimester. This is very good paper by Kalam. Yamini Kelkar has presented this paper and that they have done study in all those patients who have got previous pregnancy loss more than 2 and patient is coming with per vaginal bleeding. 2 abortion plus bleeding. In one arm they had given 200 patients with two more than 2 losses. One arm they gave 30 mg of dydrogesterone and another arm continuation of pregnancy up to 24 weeks. What results are coming from this Cannon-Gallagher patient? Dydrogesterone required 43% less time. Dydrogesterone achieved 5% higher continuation rate of pregnancy, 9% higher continuation with the vaginal pregnancy, lesser time for stoppage of bleeding, and high viability rate of 24 weeks of gestation. This is paper published by Cannon-Gallagher and Asher Cannon. This is a Western world paper by European Progesterone Club. They are saying that you have to use dydrogesterone for recurrent pregnancy loss more than 3. Our FOXY says that 10 mg BD, that is 20 till 20 week of gestation. SRA guideline also recommending dydrogesterone initiated when fetal heart action can be confirmed and may be effective. So when this all societies are giving notion that you have to use dydrogesterone, and this is FOXY position of statement, and I am fortunate to be part of this FOXY position statement in 2015. And it is available there, and they provided you. Recently, we had Sandeep is asking that somebody is want to use dydrogesterone in endometriosis. Some doctor is using good practice in endometriosis. Anybody is here who is doing practice on endometriosis? Recently, we had made guideline of usage of endometriosis in dydrogesterone, and dydrogesterone was the drug introduced in India as an endometriotic drug only. Then we found that dydrogesterone is very useful in pregnancy. It is a very good progesterone, particularly in young girl endometriosis. If you want to become pregnant, if you use dydrogesterone, there will be no gonadal suppression, there will be no ovulation defect. She can continue pregnancy even with dydrogesterone. If you use dydrogesterone, there will be gonadal suppression and there will be no ovulation. So we have to use in mild and moderate cases of endometriosis, duphaston or dydrogesterone. Still she don't want to become pregnant, and if she is adolescent, you can avoid surgery in mild cases of endometriosis. But established stochastic more than 5 cm, this drug is not useful. In mild case of endometriosis, when there is dyspareunia, dyschezia, dysmenorrhea, in this type of patient you can use dydrogesterone. And if she is of reproductive age, you can continue with the ovulation also. And if she is pregnant, you can continue this tablet. So there is a very good role of endometriosis in dydrogesterone. And again, I am fortunate to be a part of that guideline. So thank you very much. Now you can have a FOXY guideline also, and this is very good information of top. And this is double-blind, double-dummy study of Professor Risinger. So Professor Raj Raghupati is the father who has given us notion of allogenic immune response to paternal antigen. Anybody knows what is this? Allogenic immune response to paternal antigen. So many times we can't give explanation to our patient why there is rejection of embryo. In 1999, Clark and et al. Has done a paper, and they found that why there is abortion, why there is abortion inside the uterus, why uterus is rejecting your pregnancy, and they found the immunomodulation. We all know that we are born from our father and not from our mother. 23, 46. They are implanting into the uterus. You have too much love with your husband. You can take sperm, but you cannot take the kidney. Why? Because it is the only organ which can be immunomodulated, and pregnancy is immunosuppression stage. So many times uterus recognize this sperm as an antigen, and against that antigen antibody develops. Now COVID has taught us everything regarding antigen and antibody reaction. Remember the days of second MBBS pathology Robbins. Whenever antigen comes, GAMD, IgG, IgE, IgE, GAMD, GAMD. So whenever anything comes, first comes as a Manish, IgM, then body develop response, there will be IgG. Okay, this is the simple. So whenever any antigen comes in our body, there are two types of reactions. One is Th1 response and another is Th2 response. Whenever there is formation of Th1 response, that is inflammatory response, in which there is formation of symmetrical bonding, there will be formation of cytokines which is dissenting, there is formation of increase in the natural killer cell. So production will be abortion. But we have to thank that our mother has generated enough amount of Th2 cytokines when she becomes pregnant. So natural has got natural immunomodulation. Whenever there is formation of Th2 cytokines, there will be formation of asymmetrical antibody, just not like lock and key cancer. All protective cytokines will be there in our body and decrease in the natural killer cell and increase in the PIVA production. Increase in the cytokine, shift towards Th2 cytokines, reduces cytotoxicity of natural killer cell, expresses foreign body antigen, stimulate nitric oxide synthesis, converted into arginine to citrulline, and increasing subendothelial blood flow. Whenever there is uterine dilatation, there will be subendothelial blood flow will be very good. That's why in all IUI cases, we are giving luteal phase support as a dydrogesterone. You can start just post-IUI, just like post-embryo transfer in patients of recurrent pregnancy loss. One thing I will certainly say is, if there is no indication, no progesterone deficiency, don't prescribe any progesterone. Out of this whole audience, no mother has taken dydrogesterone, no mother has taken micronized progesterone. Nature has given enough amount of endogenous progesterone. But whenever there is indicated, whenever there is recurrent pregnancy loss, whenever there is history of progesterone deficiency, better to use dydrogesterone 20 mg till 20 weeks of gestation because it has got lots of benefit. And this is Professor Raj Raghupati, and at present he is based in Kuwait. What is immunomodulatory effect? If you use dydrogesterone, there will be direct action of increasing anti-inflammatory cytokines, that is Th2 response, and decreasing pro-inflammatory cytokines, that is Th1 response. So there will be successful pregnancy. There are lots of studies because I say that dydrogesterone is increasing pro-inflammatory cytokines. You believe? रंगीला मैडम, रंगीला वो पिक्चर वाला. मैं बोलता हूँ बिलीव कर लोगे कि ये है. Every study, everything, every statement I am giving is based on scientific evidence. This is study that shows that ability of progesterone and dydrogesterone to modulate cytokine infection. How we can investigate? Aim of this study to see that if we can this modulate cytokine production by mononuclear cells of the woman from unrecognized or unspecified recurrent pregnancy loss. We don't say anything, there is no cause, and she is aborting. Undiagnosed, unspecified, unrecognized. Okay, so all these 22 women, we had taken this cell and we had stimulated in phytoagglutinin. Two arms, one arm there is progesterone, another arm there is no progesterone. Then progesterone and no progesterone. We said that progesterone, dydrogesterone shows significantly down regulation of Th1 cytokines. Okay, and in this control arm there will be no down regulation and Th1 cytokines will be very high. So they concluded that anti-inflammatory Th2 cytokines are associated with healthy pregnancy. Pro-inflammatory Th1 and Th17 cytokines are associated with recurrent pregnancy miscarriage, and progesterone can alter this maternal cytokine profile by managing pregnancy complication. And recently in this assay, people are talking about microbiota, and now so many companies in Nepal is also marketing probiotics. For healthy pregnancy, there must be healthy vaginal flora. If there is no healthy vaginal flora, believe me, there will be abortion. Even if you are putting very good embryo inside. So microbiota is the latest study. They even tried that they are taking healthy microbiota, healthy vaginal secretion from a woman and putting into the patient who has got deficient vaginal microbiota. In India and Nepal, it won't be any problem. Believe me, why? आज भी मैंने इतना बड़ा ग्लास भर के छाछ पी, और गुजराती में हम लोग छाछ बोलते हैं, आप लोग भी छाछ बोलते हैं. छाछ और दही में क्या है? Lactobacillus. What is there in vagina? Lactobacillus. You see, so all my IVF patients, when they start their treatment with me, I am giving 1 cup of sprouted peas, all mud, chana, banana to increase the protein, and 1 cup of curd every day. So without any probiotics, your patient's lactobacillus will be very good. This is very cheap treatment compared to probiotics. I will give something very cheap also. All IVF patients, when you start stimulating, just give them in morning, because all IVF patient has got deficiency in protein. Because we are sucking at the wall, at that time protein deficiency will be there, and OHSS there will be, we are protein supplements. So for protein you can give 1 cup of all sprouted beans. C also, that is namak or nimu. Okay, so they are included like this. There is very good study by Ghosh. Again, it is from Calcutta. They studied that oral dydrogesterone 10 mg twice daily for 4 weeks in subendothelial blood flow of the patients. Then in group B, they are given micronized progesterone, and all this patient has got history of miscarriage and no treatment was taken. They found out that there is reduction in RI 80% after 4 weeks of dydrogesterone. So it is giving vasodilatation. You need by RI, systole, diastole, systole, and diastole is SD ratio. Systole upon diastole is RI, systole minus diastole upon mean is PI. Okay, so use color in your patient to give good viable pregnancy. Whenever you want to, before transfer, see the vaginal endometrium. This scoring is known as USSR, uterine scoring system for reproduction. You can have a score of 10. You can see uterine endometrium. If you see the uterine endometrium, there will be movement, just ring-like movement. You can have a vascularity at the base zone 3. You can have a uterine artery less than 3. Uterine SD ratio is less than 3, and very good vascularity to the endometrium. If you are doing IUI, before giving follicular trigger, you just see that what is the perifollicular flow. If perifollicular flow is more than 100%, your follicle is naturally going to rupture. If follicle with cumulus umbilicus, it is also going to rupture. If follicle has got 25% perifollicular flow, it doesn't going to rupture. And when there is perifollicular flow is less than 25%, if you see the uterine artery SD ratio will be more than 3. So in this type of patient, don't go for IUI, just give them the natural intercourse. And if cycle fails, they doesn't blame your IUI. Okay, so these are the simple tricks. Reduction in percillarity index, involvement of the suborbital flow, reduces nitric oxide synthesis, improves endometrial output. So those patients, they had used dydrogesterone 45% lesser miscarriage. So there are lots of studies. You can see Hans has got 3 studies in 2019, 2008 and 2003. All said that if you use dydrogesterone, there will be reduced pregnancy, the miscarriage rate. Kumaraswamy, all know Kumaraswamy has done the PROMISE trial. There is a very good PROMISE trial, but ultimately they prove that there is no improvement in the live birth, because PROMISE trial doesn't give the promise which they had formed. But they had proven that compared to placebo, if you use any form of progesterone, there will be 63% salvage of pregnancy. So in all this present case, choosing oral dydrogesterone is immunomodulatory benefit, right approach for sustaining healthy pregnancy. So what is the safety and tolerability? Since half an hour I am talking about dydrogesterone. What is its safety? If you see, dydrogesterone is available in market since 1960. 9 years before I born. It is there in market. So I am 55. No significant side effects. Used variety of progesterone since 130 different countries, more than 2 million babies, and till date, no congenital malformation. When you have used dydrogesterone in different forms, did you find any anomaly? No, but in your patient, if you use dydrogesterone and some patient has no. So dydrogesterone is just like progesterone, it doesn't cause any side effect. So safety profile, it lacks in estrogenic, androgenic and anabolic effect. No significant side effect, no congenital anomaly and no muscular lesion. Significant fewer cases of drowsiness and very unlikely to be teratogenic. Because it is just look like natural micronized progesterone or natural synthetic progesterone, because both are from the same part. So there is review of safety data by so many randomized trials. Aljibe was the first person in 2005, they studied different variety of dydrogesterone. But the Griesinger has done bigger study of 1034 patients. It was double label randomized trial, and every trial has proven that if you use dydrogesterone, there is no harm. And everybody knows about this odd ratio, diamond. This is if you learn how to read this diamond, it is very easy. You see all different study of 2005, 2009, 2017. This dot represents where it comes into the line. This favors control and this favors dydrogesterone. This diamond is little bit toward this side, so it favors that. Safety profile is very good in managing the miscarriage. So what are the clinical benefits? Aljibe has compared this with HCG. Everybody is using HCG whenever there is patient comes with threatened miscarriage. HCG require very good corpus luteum to give progesterone. Those who are doing IVF practice, they know that HCG is LH. It is luteinizing hormone. So when you give LH, what it will work? When there is sufficient corpus luteum, then this corpus luteum will give more progesterone. Why she has got threat? Because of improper progesterone secretion from corpus luteum. So HCG work indirectly to increase the progesterone. While if you use dydrogesterone, it will be directly increasing the progesterone. It will reach at the site by 30 minutes if you give 40 milligrams state dose. So she had done study of use of dydrogesterone and HCG because at that time only HCG was available, and they concluded that this HCG compared to dydrogesterone is indirectly affecting the progesterone production. This is again very good paper study by Hasan and all. So dydrogesterone activity is significantly decreasing miscarriage rate. The aim was to compare progesterone as a protective therapy. They had done study on more than 225 patients, and results that progesterone treatment showed a significant decrease in miscarriage rate compared to placebo. This is again study by Howard Carr. Howard Carr has done very good systematic review studies. He is one of the persons who has given maximum Cochrane review. And suppose I am knowing something regarding Cochrane, that is because of Professor Howard Carr. Whenever he comes to that, Cochrane says this, Cochrane says this. In 2005, I don't know who is Cochrane. I say some person will be there of Cochrane. Then after this, Cochrane is very big database that it has got structure like this. This is the Cochrane. So he had done maximum systematic review on Cochrane. So number of subsequent miscarriage containing pregnancy per woman was compared to women with receiving dydrogesterone compared to placebo. 10.5% miscarriage rate after dydrogesterone administration. Odd ratio for miscarriage is 0.29 interval, and absolute reduction rate of miscarriage is very high. And this is Professor Howard Carr. And he is very good physicist. He is not gynecologist, he is physicist. And he had given very good notion. Again, this is paper by Kumar in India. The aim was to study dydrogesterone in early pregnancy in comparison with TH1 and TH2 cytokine. They had a very good design. They had taken randomized patient 20 mg dydrogesterone and placebo. Markers, occurrence of another pregnancy loss. Sorry. Concentration of TH1 and TH2 cytokines in serum as a recurrent and abortion for 20 weeks of gestation. Results: significant difference between oral dydrogesterone miscarriage rate and delivery separation. Conclusion: the use of dydrogesterone in pregnancy loss improves pregnancy support. This study was comparing micronized dydrogesterone progesterone. This is Mindron trial. They used 1,640 patients dual therapy as a micronized progesterone. They had also proven that there is high live birth rate, significantly low miscarriage and low birth weight of patient. So study highlight the role of oral dydrogesterone. This study was to prove that micronized is good. That's why study name is Mindron. But these European people are very simple and very authentic. They say that if you are using dydrogesterone, there will be very good birth rate compared to micronized progesterone. And this is very good study design population by measuring dydrogesterone and active metabolite in FET cycle. Now everybody is doing FET cycle. Freeze all. आज रोटी बनाओ, जब भूख लगे तब खाओ, और जब आपकी इच्छा हो तब खाने के लिए आओ. And with this FET cycle, in India we have got 0 HSS clinic because you can get very good ovarian growth. We can then make them freeze, and you can give 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in one cycle, there will be benefit of 3 cycles. If you have got 6 to 9 or 10 embryos, good. We can give them 3 cycle benefit. We are putting 1 or 2 blastocysts. So an ovulatory FET cycle provides ideal environment to study the efficacy. Measuring dydrogesterone in active metabolite, that is 20 alpha dihydroxydydrosterone, is currently only feasible liquid cytometry. Everything. See, people before few years say that dydrogesterone is not measurable. Now dydrogesterone is measurable because every company is marketing dydrogesterone and they are comparing with innovators only. Because innovator has got dydrogesterone since 1960. So all company are measuring dydrogesterone level in blood, and that is by photocytochemistry. This study by Guanator dydrogesterone DHD level in all ET patients. So dydrogesterone and 20 alpha dihydrogesterone plasma level on the day of embryo transfer and clinical outcome and ovulatory program frozen cycle patient. This is a prospective cohort study. Studying female patient with 18 to 45 years undergoing FET cycle with 2 milligram oral ethylene estradiol, because we all know that all FET cycle we have to prime with ethylene estradiol either in form of valrate or succinate or hydrate, whatever you like, because different company are marketing different, and all we have to support with dydrogesterone. 198 patients with cleavage stage of FET and blastocyst transfer were performed in this cycle, and what they have shown: ongoing pregnancy rate, positive pregnancy rate, preclinical pregnancy rate, all these rates are very good when they are used dydrogesterone. So lower plasma level of dydrogesterone and dihydrodydrogesterone are associated with lower likelihood of ongoing pregnancy. So this again proves that if you use dydrogesterone, it is very good. So there are lots of benefit of oral dydrogesterone, making good treatment choice for management of recurrent pregnancy loss. So we have to choose dydrogesterone when life matters. Always choose the innovator dydrogesterone, that is Abbott dydrogesterone, and this is a dydrogesterone structure. First birth was 20 April 1960, more than 110 country marketing. Demand grows and it is only available at Netherlands, and only company knows how to produce dydrogesterone. 9 unsuccessful attempts to make dydrogesterone. So many times they said it is dydrogesterone. It is not. It is 9 dihydrodydrogesterone, and the 6 dihydrodydrogesterone is potentially cancerous and harmful to unborn child. If you see Abbott dydrogesterone, it has got least impurity compared to Indian pharmacopoeia. So it is not detectable, and it is one with highly standard. It is also got certificate of sustainability by European pharmacopoeia. It is the only approved progesterone for luteal phase support. If you see in literature, no micronized oral tablet is susceptible for progesterone supplementation. New drug clinical group 2019, a drug approved for central licensing authority by certain claims, can use only dydrogesterone. So Abbott dydrogesterone is certified with sustainability. No generic dydrogesterone, more than 600 articles, leg of robust Abbott by this. Number 1 progesterone, more than 2 crore pregnancy and more than 600 published articles. So innovator dydrogesterone available in market since the 6 years when life matters. Low progesterone level can cause miscarriage. All treatment options of recurrent pregnancy loss and unexplained etiology of the miscarriage management. Foxy says 20 milligram till 20 week of progesterone into dydrogesterone induces increase in the PIBM, increase in the TH, decrease in the TH1 cytokines, increase in the TH2 cytokines, decrease in the natural killer cell, increase the pro-inflammatory cytokines. Oral dydrogesterone has got multiple benefits, like you can use it PIH, you can use it endometriosis, you can use it secondary amenorrhea, you can use it pregnancy. So Abbott dydrogesterone is only available dydrogesterone in market, which is you are the right choice. You can use this dydrogesterone very well, and I am happy that I have been to Netherlands twice, and this is the latest ASHRAE. We had visited this Abbott dydrogesterone, and we invite all those who want to come next year. ASHRAE will be there in Amsterdam. So welcome, and at the plant you can go to the company, see how they are doing dydrogesterone. It is very beautiful to see how drugs are making, how stringent they are, how they are doing the breaking of the bones. So this is my ASHRAE poster presentation last year. I had done my poster presentation in ASHRAE. So men need his difficulties because they are necessary to enjoy success. And this is said by APJ Abdul Kalam. And I am fortunate that the award which I got, Dynamic Indian of the Millennium, was started with Professor APJ Abdul Kalam, and we had said the same Dynamic Indian award. And these are the different companies, those who are marketing dydrogesterone, they are using my paper as a selfie or the HIA. So thank you very much for patient hearing. Voice. The time to be happy is now, and the place to be happy is here. And the way to be happy is to make someone happy and have a little heaven right here. हम सब लोगों का एक ही नोशन है, ये नर्सरी की पोएम है. The time to be happy is now, and the place to be happy is here. And the way to be happy is to make someone happy and have a little heaven right here. Thank you very much for patient hearing. Thank you for taking too much time for me, and you can scan this QR code if you want to see my all 88 publication. This is my Orchid scanner. You can see my all presentations are there. 3 papers given to you. If you don't get too much of dinner time, so anybody can ask any question regarding anything, not on digestion. Yes, madam. Yes, madam. Cervical incompetence. Yes, madam. Whenever you see cervical incompetence, you have to believe in English. Trust. If it is T, suppose this is your cervix. If it is just like Swami Bhagwan you, if suppose this cervix is just like you, funneling. If this cervix is funneling like this, or there is T, always do transvaginal ultrasound. And whenever you are doing transvaginal ultrasound, ask patient to do Valsava or just push it down. You can see just funneling. Whenever there is funneling, nothing will help except prostaglandin. Number 1. Number 2, there are very good study by Professor Kypros Nicolaitis that use progesterone suppositories, that is 400 mg of progesterone and 20 mg of dydrogesterone to prevent early miscarriages or spontaneous miscarriage in case of spontaneous incompetence of cervix. But now once you reach post time, then you supplement this pregnancy because this progesterone